Shalom, Shema Shabbat Shem Kakodesh, doing all Shema Shabbat Shem Kakodesh. Kal Halayim, Yahweh Bashem Shabbat Shem Kakodesh. Okay, you see before you, and I'm gonna title this video, let's see where the Spirit takes me. Okay, so you see this video. It was live last night. Timcast. L or Timcast. Ye, Fuentes, Milo joined us to discuss Trump dinner. Day 24. I have a question. Why does he refer to himself as Ye and not Kanye? Can you answer that, anybody? I know the answer. I just want to see if y'all know. Yeah, I was watching it. I kind of did a little short video on this to lead you to come to this venue. What I noticed was when Ye was on, when these guests was on, really Ye, not Milo or Fuentes, it was really Ye. There was a few views shy of 100,000. I don't think Timcast has ever got anywhere near 100,000. And when Ye left the got up and left the set, you can see it dramatically went down, kept going down. I think they lost like 10 to 15,000 viewers. It went from almost 100 to like 80. But I went, so I don't know how many people they lost. But normally he can get like 35. And this guy, Vocab Malone, you're a real asshole, man. I was trying to promote you, brah. Trying to put you up there. If I do a rap, a hip hop song, if I spit fire, if I freestyle, whatever, and somebody puts me up there, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna say thank you. I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna praise you for it. I was just trying to get you exposure, dog. You know why you took it down? Because you actually came on my page and said something. I forget you said. You say, well, why though? Because see those you are a clown, man. You have your guys, your minions. If we get $50, we'll give you a freestyle. You're not gonna get a freestyle unless you give us $50. So it's all about money with you, man. And so when they get the $50 or whatever, $100, then he does a freestyle, and then you got these people, the peanut gallery of vocabs. Oh, great! Oh, great! Those are you're spitting fire. Well, I put it on my page, and the reactions, the comments were opposite that. They said this proves you're an Edomite, which that definitely proves you're an Edomite. You have no rapping skills at all. You're whacked. You're whacked. And so that's why you got mad. You knew what I was doing, and you put a copyright strike against me. So I deal with, but you know what I know what to do. Now I can't put up anything. If you say anything, oh, you got a video, and I can't even put it out because you might put a copyright strike on that, where you just call them coons. Just call them coons. As a matter of fact, and then you're making fun of the name Yahweh Shai. Then you're gonna make another video, slavery in the USA, making mockery of so-called black people being put in slavery. You're gonna make based upon the party in the USA. with what's her name, Miley Cyrus, and you said she's an Edomite. Miley Cyrus is an Israelite. Miley Cyrus is an Israelite. Look, she can sing her ass off, and she can move. She moves like a so-called black woman. She's an Israelite. Miley Cyrus is an Israelite. She goes, what's the father's name? He did Wiki Pricky Hard, whatever. He's an Israelite. They're Israelites. They're from like the Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee area, because you had a lot of Irish and Scottish that came over here, and they were pretty much Tennessee, Memphis, middle America, parts of the South. When the Irish came over here, so the Irish got black blood in them. All right. Anyway, where am I gonna go with this? Anyway, she's a Jake. So you said you were gonna get an Edomite girl, a woman, to sing that song, Miley Cyrus, but she's a Jake. Why? Because unlike you, she can sing. She has talent. She can sing. She can dance. She dances just like a black woman. Sings just like a so-called black woman. All right. Remember, the Scottish and the Irish, when you go to all the genres of music on the planet, most, I'll say 90-something% of music came from America, and it came from Jake, came from mostly black people, and you had Edomites imitate Jakes. That's what you're doing. You're a culture vulture, you know. That's why you said you wanted to be a rapper. You really thought you had a career, leaning on that yellow cab with your hair flopped down. You're a real joke, man. You're a real joke, and I guess it hurt you when you see me put that video up. I didn't say nothing to it. I didn't alter the video in any way. I just took that part where you were spitting sparkles on my video. And I said the musical stylings of Vocab Malone. Nothing big. I didn't insult you in any way. I just put it up there. The musical stylings of Vocab Malone. What did I call it? Hebrew Israelite diss track or whatever. I didn't say nothing wrong. I didn't embarrass you in any way. You believe you have talent. I showcase your talent. But you got mad because you know you can't rap. You ain't got you don't have no spitting skills. Period. Anyway, so I was watching this. I put the video up. Then I put a video on my Odyssey page of from the time that Ye started talking to the time he left, a little bit after that. And I was watching Apostle Ramlab do his live stream, not even 15 minutes ago. And he was talking about this whole thing, but he said he watched my video, a little short video I put up. And I guess he watched this, and it was talked about. He mentioned Dabu 7, or Dabu 777, depending on which YouTube page you're looking at. He got a couple of pages. And he basically said that Luke Rudkowski, which we met him, he wrote, we spoke to him. This had to be back in 2006, maybe. And for a year before we got on YouTube. And he was out there, and we talked to him for about a good hour. And this was during the time when Alex Jones that came to New York with a bunch of people that followed him. I believe he got arrested, but Alex Jones was like down the street, and Luke Rudkowski, he rolled up on us, and we were like I said, we were going back and forth for about a good hour. And he would have probably stayed. Somebody said, some other guy said, "Come on, we gotta go, we gotta meet Alex," or whatever. And I kept calling him Baby Alex Jones because I didn't know him at that time. I didn't know who he was. I kept saying, "Your baby." I kept saying, "Your baby Alex Jones, Baby Alex Jones." And I remember he has a lisp. So he said one word, and he said that word again. We started laughing at him. We got a little mad, but it was all in fun. But I can remember kept saying that I said, you're an Israelite. You're an Israelite. I kept saying that, whether he is or not. I kept saying that. And he remembered that because he did on one of his shows he had this guy, Jason Burmis, which Jason Burmis is nothing but a Negro. You know, matter of fact, his sister's married to a so-called Negro. So he has nieces and nephews that are Negroes. Why? Because the spirit in his that's in his sister's spirit was attracted to a Jake because they're Jakes on the inside. Anyway, let me do this. Okay, let me see. All right, let me try to do this. Oh, come on, damn commercial. How can I do this? Let me do it this way. Come on now. Look at another fucking commercial. And that shows you that Tim Cass, that's what they're saying. He's an insider. This is Milo. All right, let me see here. Trying to find Tim. Okay. Okay, so this is Tim Cass, which now they're saying he's an insider because when Ye, I forget what he said. I think Tim said those people. He said, "What people? Who are you talking about?" Because he wanted them to say, you know, the JJs. He he wanted to say that he wanted him to say the JJs. He didn't want to say it, you know. And then Ye got up and walked out, you know. And that's when his views started dissipating. So now he's out there looking like an insider. He's looking like an insider, you know. But another thing that Luke said when he was doing the interview with Jason Burmis, and that's when I don't know if it was a HOI went down to DC or the Jersey incident where they were kind of pretty much scared of the black people, the Israelites. And Luke said, "Yeah, I went to one group and they kept telling me you're an Israelite. It was us, because you got a lot of Polish people that have Israelites mixed in their blood because we scattered. Remember, Isaiah 11, we scattered. Deuteronomy 28:64. So we left our seed. But anytime Jake goes somewhere, they looking for a woman. They looking to get something to eat, and they looking for a woman. That's what Jake is all about. If they're another race, well, it's a woman. Ain't no other woman around. Might as well go and get it in with her. So we left our seed. That's why it says in Hosea 1, 10, 11, sand of the sea, stars of heaven, which cannot be numbered. So you can't number Israel because we look like everybody. Jeremiah 12 and 9. So this will be talked about, this whole interview with Ye. And we're still trying to find out about this warlock, Kyrie, which he coming off like an insider. You know, he left a bad taste in our mouth. And you had the IUIC march and support him. This guy, I was watching one video where matter of fact, let me see something. Let me do this. Let me do this her. Kyrie. Okay, Kyrie Irving. I just want to try something. I want to go to Why is it? Why does he have the 11? 9/11. Why? Hey, World Trade Center. Let me do this. Let me put in shopping. Okay, boom. I found it. This is a recent picture. Look at that. You got the Unk. I don't even know what this is. This looks like a. Oh, wait. The Unk. There goes the Unk. There goes the Unk. That's the Unk right there. Let me get the back. And I did a video on his. I don't know if it's his latest shoe, but there's an image of the all-seeing eye in the pyramid. He's a rich man in Matthew 19. He's not going to come into this truth. So the IUIC should have did more research on this guy. This guy's a warlock, a Mason. One minute he's talking about Hebrew Israelites. Next minute he's got an unk on him. And I was going into the word. Let me do this. See what this is all about. Yeah, he ain't thinking about it. He ain't gonna put on that purple. He ain't gonna march down the street with chalk. He ain't gonna speak. He ain't gonna go to the classes. Look at that. Kyrie Irving and Capita is the real MVP. Got the unk. So just a confused Negro. That's all he is. And he's an insider. He's clearly an insider. He's clearly an insider. Now I want to go into a couple of scriptures. I was going into the book of James. 5. Misuse of riches. Go to now, you rich men. We know who the rich men are. And I'm gonna show you, rich has nothing to do with money. That was proven with Ye. He was a so-called multi-billionaire. Now he'd be happy if he got $1 million in the bank, 500,000. You know, even on that show, the Timcast show, he said what bank I forget the bank that he mentioned, but he said one bank um, they they seized his money or they blocked it or whatever you call it. So he really doesn't have any riches. He's not rich. Okay. And they did that. They took the what's the name of that fashion design company? Starts with a B. Well, they're out there with this whole thing on having have kids carrying teddy bears, you know, in like a bondage type scenario. They got chains around them. So I mean, you associated with a bunch of pedophiles. So it says, "Go to now, you rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. The miseries represent captivity, the fire and the captivity. Your riches is corrupted. And what does it mean by your riches is corrupted? And your garments are moth eaten. Your riches are corrupted as you got this money uh, on a thing called ill-gotten gains. Ill-gotten gain. It says your gold and your silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. That's the missiles. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Behold, the hires of the laborers, which are us and the people. What's happening in China? They basically wanted to put the Chinese people in their own people in slavery, man, and they wasn't having it, man. And that's why there was a point in time where Esau stopped going over there to Africa to get slaves because those so-called Africans, they were waiting for him because they did trade with guns. So they were waiting for him, and they were killing a lot of them Edomites, man. There was a lot of revolts. So they said, no, we ain't gonna get no more slaves. We're just gonna use the slaves that we got, and we're gonna set up breeding farms. And like you breed dogs, pit bulls. But there was a lot of revolts happening with Jake. Jake was like not having it. And that's why they had the whole so-called stop slavery, but what they did, they handed through emancipation and handed the slaves over to the U.S. government. Because you have the whole Mason-Dixon line that cuts off the South from the North. In the North and the South, it was a civil war. So it says, behold, the high of the laborers, because you hire us on jobs, but you know the pay is you make just enough just to live. The term is paycheck to paycheck, right? You know, if you lose a job, you're gonna lose your house, you're gonna lose everything. Behold, the hire of your laborers. Through inflation, the money that people made 2-3 years ago, they were able to pay their bills, have a little bit of money put to the side, maybe put a couple of dollars in the bank. Now you can't do that. If for a lot of people in this country, they say if there's a $400, like your car breaks down, it's $400, fix it, you're gonna have to let your car sit for about a month or scramble to get your car fixed. Oh, they said the Black Friday, the Cyber Monday, they said that thing broke records. Thanksgiving broke records. People in America spent over almost $6 billion on the whole Thanksgiving thing. Then I think another 11, I think with the Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I think it was almost like 20 billion, something like that. But they're saying that people use their credit cards. But there was a lot of people not shopping too. But you got these other people that just shop. So they're using up their credit cards. There's going to be a point where everything's going to get defaulted. They're going to default on their card payments, on their credit card. They're saying, look, we're going to buy shit and we ain't going to pay it. And that's going to destroy the paper dollar. It says, behold, the hire of the laborers, which are us. That's also in Job chapter 20. I'm going to read that. The word laborers, aimal. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, meaning worked in the fields, built up cars. See, Henry Ford, he took care of his workers, including Jake. When he died, all of his workers went to his funeral, man, because they loved and respected him, man. And he wrote a book. If you got a Ford back then, a brand new Ford, you got a book in the passenger seat, and the name of the book was the International J. Now, if you go to YouTube and you put certain put certain titles of books, you can hear the whole book. You do that with the International J, you can't get it. You got one video where it's a woman reading the table of contents, and that's just right there. They cutting them small hats, man. He basically aired them out. You know, it said, "Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields," meaning went out there and worked. That's why when Jake said, "What you gonna do?" Well, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna go to sleep so I can go to the plantation. That might mean you working at a retail store. Plantation, just among Jake vernacular, simply means I'm going on a job, which is of you kept back by fraud. What is the fraud? This money system. There's not real money. Crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Oh, that means the Lord of armies. So that's us. The laborers are actually talking about the Israelites that woke up to the fact that the Israelites. More Jakes are waking up to the fact that the Israelites. Okay? So, okay, it says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, Revelation 18, and been wanton, undisciplined. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. What does that mean? Back in the ancient world, when you ate goat or lamb or whatever, they would kill it. You would have people slaughter it earlier that day, and they would cook it. They didn't put it in the freezer for 5 months and thaw it out. So that's when the food was good. Ye have condemned and killed the who? The just, and he doeth not resist you. He does not fight you. Why? Because we don't have the power to fight you. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of Yahweh. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit. So we got to bring out some words, right? Let's bring out the word miseries. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. And you have no more power, vocab. We know that you're an insider. We know that you're an insider, man. So you have no power. And you are pretty much a persona non grata. Or just having some fun with you when I put the video up, just to see what the response is going to be. And you got mad. Go to now, ye rich men. I'm gonna come back to rich men. I'm gonna show you that in order for you to truly be rich, you have to have resources: gold, silver, land. What is Bill Gates doing? He's with the money that he got. He's purchasing land, farms. Let me look up the word miseries, because you're gonna lose your riches and then you're gonna experience miseries.
Strong's G 5004. Teleporia. Teleporia.
Which means hardship, trouble, calamity, misery. And the misery is going to be in the form of captivity. Destruction and then captivity. Let's deal with the word rich. Rich or rich men. Plusius.
Strong's G 4145. Plusius.
Plusius. Wealthy, abundant. Listen at this. Wealthy, abundant, abounding in material resources. Gold, silver, land, livestock, farms. The reason why the U.S., the longest war in U.S. history is over there in Afghanistan. Why? Because they had two resources that the world needs. One is lithium, where you make your batteries, your electric car batteries, your smartphones, computers, and all that, laptops, and opium, which is in the form of poppies. All or most of these prescription drugs that you give you is the same, based upon the same drug, the street drugs. It's opium. It's called opioids. And you get addicted with the street drug, and you get addicted with the medical form of the drug, which is opioids. So they wanted to now when they were fighting against the Afghans, and they said we're fighting them. One reason we're fighting them is because of the poppy seeds can make opioid and heroin and whatever. And this was mainly during the Obama administration. Well, all Obama had to do was send planes over and just destroy the poppy fields. They didn't want to destroy the poppy fields. They wanted to control the poppy fields. It says wealthy, abounding in material resources. Did Ye have material resources? Did he have a farm? No. He had money in the bank. And he realized that that's not real money. That's not real wealth, because they can take it. Now they're lining up saying, oh, he treated me bad. He said this about me. So they got lawsuits behind him. Then they hitting him on back taxes. And then they hitting him with this. And then somebody made a call to Adidas and said, look, cut him off. And then when they cut him off, they took his designs and said, we're going to keep your designs, but we're just not going to call it Ye's. So that shows you that you Jakes have no power. Abounding, abundantly supplied. What do you supply with? Paper dollars? No. You're supplied with material resources, abounding. So now let me go over here too, and I'll come back. Let me go to Job 20. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, hard times. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Isn't he the wicked? Well, this word actually doesn't mean wicked. The word is Aimal, if I'm not mistaken. Aimal. Aimal means, guess what? Laborer. What does it say in James 5? It says laborers, right? Sufferer, wretched one, laborer, workman, sufferer, toiling. These like dead-end jobs that you go to and get little money. You just making it paycheck to paycheck, and now you can't make it. You know, there's people that are actually homeless that work full-time jobs. Now, what's that all about? There's videos on YouTube, people that live in their cars and they get up every morning and they do a full day of work, 5-6 days a week, and then they don't have enough money to live in an apartment building. That's why you have like welfare, Section 8. If they didn't have these government handouts, so to speak, man, most people would be homeless, man. They put you in an impoverished situation. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bears rule, the people mourn. Matter of fact, I want to pull out the word mourn. Proverbs 29. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. The word is anach. Sigh, groan, gas, moan. Oh, it said moan of cattle, right? Now there's a video out where the Chinese government, there's this farm where there's cattle, and they there was no grass or anything. They were just walking around in dust. So they couldn't eat grass because the thing now is to kill a lot of these animals because there's a term called food as a weapon. I'm gonna look that up too, where they're gonna kill off a lot of cat. They're doing it in the States. All these different food processing, meat processing plants catching on fire, planes crashing into it, and the people around don't even know what the hell's going on. It's the stupid ass Americans, these dimwits. So they showed it. I got it somewhere. I think I made a copy of it. You got these cows and I believe horses too, and they're sighing, they're mooing, because they're hungry. They're hungry, man. And like I said, the people of China that have to work for next to nothing, they're working jobs where they're in literally slavery. They go into a factory and they can't go home. They bring food to them. They sleep in there. So they're saying, fuck this, man. I'd rather die. So that the uproars of the people. Hey, this is truly the year of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai turning up. What's going to happen in 2023, which is about a month, a month and a couple of days, a little more than a month would be 2023. So the Most High is not going to bring things back. He's going to turn it up even more. The primitive root to sigh, groan, mourn, sigh. When people protest, what are they doing? They're mourning, they're sighing, because who's in authority? The wicked. Oh, beautiful. Exodus 2 verse 23. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the one that loved Joseph, and the sons of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of the bondage. And see, you damn niggas, you demons that's pushing that's coming up against Israel, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Shalak Rayim wa Ashem wa Abadyan wa Haragim wa Inashim wa Mashapachim. Destroy, kill all you niggas that are against this truth that we're teaching, mainly starting with GMS, and then IUIC, and the rest of them. And any of you guys that are insiders, man, like General Yohana, he told people to go ahead and take that thing. Most High gonna get every last one of you niggas, man. And like I said, I said this many a times about Captain Tazariak being all cool with Sarnetta. Sarnetta's an enemy, man. He's an enemy. Because he'll big up Israel, then he'll talk about, yeah, we ain't Israel. He did the other day, we ain't Israelites. So all of y'all gonna, but the beautiful thing is, you're not just gonna get, the Most High ain't gonna just take you out. He's gonna make you take the charagma, and then he's gonna take you out for the most part. He's gonna destroy every last one of you that have come against this thing of ours, which is the whole Hebrew Israelite thing. He's gonna get them small hats. He's gonna get you the Most High gonna get you vocab. He's gonna get all you Christians, all you Jake Christians. The Most High is gonna start taking you out. He's gonna start taking you out. He gonna rip you out the frame. And you are the enemies, man. And he gonna say, you anti-Semp. First of all, first of all, what does the word Semp mean? I don't even know what that shit means. That's a made-up word. Do you mean anti-Shemitic? A Shemitic? The word is Shemitic, sir. You know, when you say the words, when you look at the word Yahweh, as you say Yahoo, if you say it, you say Hashem. If you look the word Yah, Ha, Wah, Ha, you'll say Hashem, because they taught you to say, when you see that word, say Hashem. Shem means the name. So Sem doesn't mean anything. It's a made-up fucking word, exclusively to yourselves. We are Shemitic. So I might say, what do you mean by Semitic? What do you mean by Semitic? Matter of fact, let's go into it. Let's go into it. We're all over the place. Look at this. Oh, this Illuminati. Look at this. This is what the IUIC supports. They support a warlock. Look at that. And he ain't saying, well, that's when I was a kid, I didn't know better. This is a recent photo, bro. And he's proudly showing it. Yeah, I'm down. Look at this. He got tattoos on him. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me do this here. You know the old saying, wear it on your sleeve. He's wearing it on his hand. Okay, I want to get that picture. They hiding that shit. Okay, here it is. Boom. Look at that. All seeing eye in the pyramid. What's on the dollar bill? All seeing eye. The capstone with the all seeing eye. That's another one of his shoes. These are his shoes. Look at that. Again, a different style of sneaker. Look at that. The pyramid with the all seeing eye. This man's a damn warlock. Oh, well, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Kyrie Irving, 4 speaker. This is the speakers. I'm sorry, speakers. Kyrie Irving, 4 sneaker has all-seeing eye. So you mean to tell me he didn't know that they put it that way? If somebody makes let's say somebody makes a sneaker in the name of Bishop Nathaniel, Bishop Nathaniel gonna have to look at it and approve it, right? Right? Hey, George Foreman grill, it was a manufacturer that made the grill for George Foreman, and he had to approve it. So Kyrie Irving, he had to approve this, man. He's an insider. He's a warlock. He's a warlock. A witch. A demon. You going out there saying, we support Kyrie Irving. You might as well support the Wicked Witch of the West too. See? Kyrie Irving's profile picture, 369. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Body art guru. And he didn't get this when he was 10 years old. This is when he's grown up. So this man is a confused individual. That's why he was quick to give the small hat the ADL 500 million, $500 million. And guess what? He's, they got him. So he's going to do whatever they tell him to do. When they push out the Charagma, which no other Israelite, only a few, Sakari teaches it, and GMS teaches it. The rest of y'all the suspect. And y'all have to know. So when they start setting up them Charagma stations, he's going to push it. He's going to endorse it. He's going to promote it. Real talk. Real talk. So I'm all over the place. Hey, this is not the best time to be on the side of the devil, because the devil's going down. The Lord said, I beheld Satan fall like lightning to the earth. And that's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. That's talking about the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan. This man is going the fuck down. And 2023 is going to really get turned up. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me go to Isaiah chapter 19, because I put in Isaiah chapter 19 to see if some Israelite group went into it, but I didn't see none. I've seen a bunch of Edomites call themselves breaking it down. Let's see, I may do half and half. A message to Egypt. Now we know with our spiritual eyes, just like Babylon in Isaiah chapter 13 and Jeremiah 50 and Jeremiah 51 and other places, Isaiah 21, where it speaks about Babylon. Isaiah 14. And there's so many places where it speaks about Babylon. Matter of fact, let me do this. Babylon. Wow, almost 300 times. And over 250 verses in the King James, in the Old Testament and the New Testament. We know that this is anytime, okay, 2 Kings 17-24. This is ancient Babylon, geographically over there in the east, in the Levant. So we know that. Your eyes have to be open in order for you to see these scriptures, to understand these scriptures. See, if the Lord had put these scriptures out in plain English, they would have made it a law for you a law for you not to read the scriptures. They would lock you up. They would kill you. According to history, they did it to the slaves. They would kill you. Somebody can help me with the law, but you couldn't read. But it was said that if you read the Bible, it would kill you. In most cases, they would kill you. Okay, let me do this. Okay, Psalm 137:1. We know that this is ultimately talking about, it's talking about ancient Babylon, but it's also refers to the new Babylon. Isaiah 13, the bird of Babylon, not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about this Babylon, Babylon the Great. And most Christians don't know what it's talking about. See, the king of Babylon, not talking about ancient Babylon. But Isaiah didn't know. His eyes wasn't open. The Most High just gave him the vision, just like he gave the rest of the prophets these visions, just like he gave John on the Isle of Patmos these visions. None of them. John didn't understand what was going on. Isaiah didn't understand what was going on. Jeremiah, none of these great prophets, as they call them, major prophets and minor prophets, they didn't understand the visions that they witnessed and wrote down that was to happen in our time. So what are we to do? Write other books? No, the book is already written. The book is already written. Book or books. So we are to understand. We understand everything. We understand what Isaiah saw. We understand what John on Island of Patmos saw. We understand it fully. GMS understand it. The other camps, they understand some of it, not all of it. This is why we're the only camp that can honestly say we have 100% truth. You can march down the street with 4,000 people supporting the warlock, but can you say that you have 100% truth? You can say Most High in Christ blessed, but can you say we have 100% truth? You put a Kate together on that. We have 100% truth. We have 100% truth. I'm bugging. Anyway, right here, we know Isaiah 14 and 22. We know that it's talking about Babylon. Oh, 21. Isaiah 21 and 9. And behold, here cometh a chariot of men with a couple of horsemen. And he answered and said, Babylon is fallen, and all the graven images of her gods he have broken unto the ground. So Isaiah writing this thinking, Babylon, ancient Babylon, boy, the Most High getting ready to take y'all out. It was not talking about ancient Babylon. It's talking about the new Babylon. Right here, this is ancient Babylon. You can kind of use this one. Let me, Isaiah 43 and 14. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, for your sake I have sent to Babylon and have brought down all their nobles and the Chaldeans whose cry is in the ships. You know, they're talking about ancient Babylon. Isaiah 47 is talking about the new Babylon. How do we know that? Because it says, "O virgin daughter of Babylon." Not talking about ancient Babylon. Anytime you read references on ancient Babylon, it's not going to be called ancient Babylon, Iraq. It's not going to be called daughter Babylon or virgin daughter Babylon. This is talking about America. So when you read this scripture, what are the precepts that come to mind? Revelation 17, Revelation 18. And people like Sarnetta and these comedic people, they can't see it. They make mockery of this book. I'm not going to read every one of these scriptures here. Okay, Jeremiah 50, like I said, when it mentions Babylon, 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 for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations. That didn't happen in ancient Babylon. Talking about America. Okay, Revelation 14. This goes hand in hand with Isaiah 21. I believe that's 21 and 8. Revelation 16. This is talking about America. 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 That's why it's called a mystery. What is a mystery? The word mystery is the Greek word mysterion, which means like hidden, concealed. So the average American is not going to, like if you ask an average American, even a Christian, what does it mean by Babylon in the book of Revelation? Not even dealing with the other books. They're going to give you some nonsense because they don't know. Christians don't know anything. Revelation chapter 18. Mentions Babylon, the destruction of Babylon, which is America. Not talking about ancient Babylon. Okay, so now let's go in. I'm gonna get ready to close it. Let's go to Isaiah. We'll read some of it. Message to Egypt. We know that that's talking about America, the other name for Babylon, the burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. I want to bring out the word melt. And this is the spiritual Egypt. Look up the word melt. Masas. Yeah, to waste away, to faint, to grow fearful, to melt. Talking about in the sense of your mind and your heart. You see something so horrifying that you had to grab your chest, which really affects your mind, but what affects your mind affects your whole body. You know, a lot of people that have relatives that died, their spouse dies maybe a month after them because they're heartbroken, their mind broken. They've been with this person for X amount of years and they're gone. They don't feel like living no more. And they die because their heart melted within them. So we know right here that this is not talking about ancient Egypt, because where did the Most High fly over Egypt with a cloud shaking Egypt up? No, the Most High, he brought Israel out of Egypt. Now the cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night was a gigantic, that ship had to be 20 miles in diameter. I'm just guessing. It was a gigantic ship. The ship was so powerful that they had their own personal sun in the nighttime. So they had plenty of light in the wilderness. And we're special people, man. The Most High is getting ready to do something special for us, starting with the elect. Let me see how many verses I can go through. I'll probably pick it up in another video. Then again, I might read the whole thing. It says, matter of fact, let me do this. And I did this breakdown before. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. What is that talking about? The Lord said, a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. A house divided itself cannot stand. Satan divided against Satan will fall, it will not stand. Every time there's an election, it's always, well, we don't know who's the winner. We got to tabulate all the votes, the electoral college. It's always, and when I was a kid, it wasn't like that. You knew 9 o'clock that night who the president was, the president-elect. or the gubernatorial president, meaning you were president, you became president again for another 4 years. You knew at 9 o'clock who, you know, the projected winner. Now it's like, well, we don't know. It could be another couple of months before we go to the Supreme Court and this, that, and third. It's always almost like 50, 49 to 51, 50 to 50, 48 to 52 or whatever. So this country is completely, when they show you the map, they show you the map of the US is what? You'll see red spots and you'll see blue spots. What did that represent? And it's always about 50-50. So this kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. Just based upon that scriptures alone, this place is done. Trump said he's gonna make America great again. You ain't gonna make America great again. The Most High is getting ready to destroy this fucking place with you in it. And Ye is just a bug out. He's just a bug out. And he realizes that he's not rich. They gave you some monopoly money, Negro. And Kyrie, you found out you have no power. You scared the death of them small hats. And everybody is. They got the power. Who's in the power seat? The small hats. Second verse. And I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor. The blue versus the red. The Democrats versus the Republicans. In the Roman Empire, you had the patricians and the plebeians. The plebeians represent the people, which would be the Democrats today. The patricians will represent the Republicans. Patrician, you get the word patriot. That's why the Republicans say patriotic this and patriotic that, because it goes back to the patricians. It says one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt or America or Babylon shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. They don't have any way of getting out of this. And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to wizards, because their power started with demons and their power is going to finish with demons. That's in Isaiah 47, starting at the 10th verse. As a matter of fact, let me go to that right quick. So I'm in the third verse in. I'll read a couple more verses. Isaiah 47. So all you men out there that you accept the fact that you're an Israelite, you're supposed to be on fire. There's supposed to be 125,000 camps out there. Now you asked me about that number. Why 125,000? There's a reason why I said that. Okay, so we know this ain't talking about ancient Babylon. Tenth verse. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness. You got your power through Satan. And the word, and when you go back to James 5, the word there is Plusios, which goes back to the name, the Greek myth god Plutos, which he has the power of the underworld. In other words, when you go to hell, you're gonna meet him. Greek mythology. Also, he can give you blessings from the ground. Everything, true riches is from the ground, right? It's from the earth, the resources. So he can bless you with gold, silver, land, farms, and all that. Rain, really from the underworld. So in order for you to truly be rich, you have to bow down to Plutos, which is another name for the demon. You have to do that ritual. When you make that money, if you make, there's a club called a $20 million club. So it said, entertainers and athletes, that they have to choose somebody that they love dearly, and they'll put it, somebody will put them to death, but they know that person, your daughter, your mother, whatever's going to be put to death. What my man Ye said that. He said they sacrificed my mother. He knew that, but he wasn't supposed to say anything. Now, so now he don't give a shit. He can't get a good night sleep because his conscience is bothering him. He wasn't supposed to say that, man. When he got up there, when he went to the next level, that's when his mother got taken out. And then he mentioned Bill Cosby's son. He mentioned Michael Jordan's father. He said they were all sacrificed. So he knows. They all knew. But guess what? They're not supposed to tell. Like Ike Turner said to Tina Turner, don't tell. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, and we see you now. Psalms 64. Their tongue shall fall upon himself, and the people that see it shall fear and flee away. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. And that's what you said, because who lifted you up in power? Ultimately, the Most High did, but he used the spiritual demon Satan to lift you up. That's why when you reach a certain height, you're a celebrity, you're worth millions of dollars. There's a club called the 27 Club. When you hit 27 years old, if you're a performer, you're gonna live good, and then when you're 27 years old, you're gonna have to leave the physical realm. You're gonna have to be put to death. So if you see Doja Cat, if you hear that she died, guess what? She made the 27 Club. They took care of you. You started your career at 20. You got 7 years to live like a king or a queen. And all these jakes that you see on TV all the goddamn time, they're all insiders, including that warlock, Kyrie Irving. He's an insider. He received a script. An Egyptian will I give over unto the hand of a cruel lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. Ultimately, that's the Most High. Oh, that's the Lord. And you can go all into the tyrant. We're going to see who. Well, this guy's a tyrant. He's a cruel lord. This current president, he's a cruel lord. He messed up the economy. You're suffering because of him, not because of Trump. The last year, Trump, gas was $2 a gallon, $1.98 a gallon, $2.03 a gallon. Nobody was complaining. All of a sudden, this guy gets in. All of a sudden, gas just starts going up. They said it went up past $5 a gallon. I remember because I pumped gas fucking $5.20, $5.10 a gallon, man. When did that happen? On this guy's watch. So he's a cruel lord. He was involved in this whole inflationary thing, which hardly any American, 99% of the people in America has no idea what inflation is all about. And they damn sure don't know nothing about hyperinflation. Them schools did a good job in dumbing your ass down. Let's read a couple more verses. And the waters shall fail from the sea, and the river shall be wasted and dried up. You got droughts all over the place. Was that the Mississippi, the river? Mississippi River, one of them rivers where they got boats just stuck out there because the water level is so low. And they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of the fence shall be emptied and dried up, the reeds and figs shall wither. The paper reeds by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, and everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. And that's not just talking about waters, bodies of waters. It's talking about your economy. What another word for money is what? Currency. What is a currency? It's something that flows. Electricity flows, water flows, right? And it's current. You know, a river has a current to it, right? And if that current becomes still, there's a problem there. Rivers are a current. The fishes also shall mourn, and all that at Revelation 8, and all they that cast angle into the brooks shall lament, and they shall, and then you got these dead fishes popping up because of the poisons of Esau. Esau, you done fucked up everything, man. That's a topic right there. Esau, you done fucked up everything. And they that spread nets upon the waters shall languish. Ecclesiastes in the scriptures, the 12th chapter. Moreover, they that work in flax, fine flax, and they that weave networks, which are the nets, shall be confounded. And that is not just talking about fishes and bodies of water. It's talking about the economy. And they shall be broken in the purposes thereof, all that make sluices and ponds for fish. Now, they got these artificial ponds, like the Chinese do that. A lot of these fishes that you get come from China, those are not good fish. That's why people get sick. Artificial fish. Surely the princess, that's why when you get salmon, real salmon is wild Alaskan caught salmon. That's real salmon. This other salmon that you get from China and from these, what do you call that? Farm raised. They mix with, I was gonna say they mix with elan. They're mixed with eel. So you're not even eating, you eating a fish that has scales and fins, but the DNA is switched up to that of an unclean fish. So the scriptures speak about, Ezekiel speak about our food shall be defiled among the Gentiles. So this food that we're eating is a Franken food. Why are hospitals doing so goddamn well with all this modern technology? The majority of your diseases come from the diet and the air that you breathe. Surely the princess is on fools, the council of the wise counselors, that's talking about Esau, of Pharaoh. Pharaoh is the president, the leaders, the leadership has become brutish, stupid, who say ye or yea, yea unto Pharaoh, the leader, I am the son of the wise, the son of ancient kings. Where are they? Where are thy wise men? And let them tell thee now, and let them know what the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the armies, have proposed upon Babylon the Great. See, the word America is talking about Egypt. It's talking about Babylon the Great. So the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, is going to really open up come 2023. And let's see, let's hope, and I'm almost positive, brother. We'll see, brothers and sisters. We'll see if they're going to actually push that the MOTB. Hold up, there's a phone call. Yeah, I had some work done on my car. They just called me. So where am I? 13th verse. The princes of Zoan are become fools. The princes of Noth are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, even they that are the stay of the tribes thereof. Because among nations, you have tribes among nations. Don't get mixed up into these words. Main word we're focusing on is Egypt. 14th verse. Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Babylon the Great to err in everything that they do is going to backfire on them. These small hats coming against Ye and Kyrie and Nick Cannon is backfiring on them because they're not. It's like they come against these individuals with hate. It's like a hateful, like, look, nigga, you got to bow down to me, nigga. Oh, you got to do 6 things. And so who controls this world? These people. It says, therefore, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. And look at the current president, right? He's a walking corpse. You have to have somebody beside him. He's walking. He's supposed to go to the right. He's going to the left. I mean, he's damn near 2 breaths away from death. 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, Ecclesiastes 12, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Now, there's 2 things happening with this whole C-19 thing. They destroyed a lot of middle class businesses, but the big box stores were able to stay open. You know? What else was I going to say? It was able to stay open, but now a lot of people had to stay home and do work from home because of the C-19. So people got used to it. They're there with their wife, they're there with their kids. They don't got to spend a lot of gas to go to work. They don't got to get on a commuter train and all this extra shit. And some people work at jobs where it takes them an hour to get into work and then an hour going back. And then if they hit traffic, it's going to be more than an hour. So you're spending like almost 3 hours just going to work and coming back from work. So guess what? People got used to being at home. So now they want people to come back to work. Ain't nobody want to come back to work. So so the scriptures say you have what? Let me hit this. It said ye have. It says, and they have caused America to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. There's no way in hell a wise nation of people are going to go out and spend money when they don't know when they're going to get their next check. A wise nation wouldn't have a wise nation of people will not have a credit card and max out their credit card and say, well, I ain't going to pay for it. And this is why one of the Rothschilds, somebody can tell me which one, Maya Anchovic, one of the Rothschilds said, you want to buy when blood is flowing in the streets. '16 verse. In that day shall Egypt be like unto woman. Now, if the U.S. gets involved in this war between Russia and Ukraine, you're going to have your volunteer military, right? Your 6 branches, 5 branches, whatever. But then you're going to need more men. So you're going to set up a draft, right? You're going to set up a draft, and you know what's going to happen? A lot of them are going to go to Canada. A lot of them are going to leave the country. A lot of them are going to say, fuck you, lock me up. A lot of them, they're going to do a lot of things to stay out of it. A lot of them are going to get sex change operations so they don't be men no more. So technically, they, you know, well, we got you on record as you being a boy. You were born, no, I'm a woman now. You got to respect that. That's the new thing. That's why you got bathrooms, you know, unisex bathrooms, because you can't tell a man what he feels like on the inside. If he feels like a woman, well, damn it, he's a woman. So this, hey, they show what? Air in every what? Air in every work. And this is the only country where you can bring any religion that you want in this country. You can make up a religion. So you know the Most High is going to destroy this fucking place. In that day shall Egypt, Babylon the Great, the U.S. be like unto women. They're going to bitch up. Some of them are going to get sex change operations. Some of them are going to say, well, I feel like I'm a woman and you can't draft a woman. So there's going to be a lot of protests. And if they were saying that we're going to draft women too, there's going to be, ain't no fathers going to want their daughters to go fight in a damn war. It's bad enough that they're sons. And then the average person sees that the whole governmental structure is all bullshit. People don't even want to go out and vote because it's all bullshit. And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. And the land of Judah, meaning the Judah, Yahweh, the kingdom of Yahweh, ultimately all the tribes, shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of Yahweh of hosts, which he hath determined against it. So let's deal with the word terror. The word here is chaga, chaga. A terror, a railing in terror. Scripture say terror shall make them afraid on every side. And it's only written here one time. And that's that fear. Great fear fell upon them. You got the IUIC talking about marching. Well, this is the army of Ezekiel. No, it's not the army of Ezekiel, the vision that Ezekiel saw in Ezekiel 37. The army is talking about all the Israelites, men and women that have woken up. That's what it's talking about. So they broke that scripture down wrong. Let's come back over here. Mosiah said he's going to shake that place. This is in Isaiah 24. Earth shall reel back and forth like a drunkard. 17 verse, in the land of Judah shall be a terror, meaning the Judites, Yahwehrites, shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself. What's that article? Let me click on this. Let me go to this article right here. Okay, this is not it. This is another story. What the hell is it? Okay, it's right here. How many Hebrew Israelites are there, and how worried should we be? If you're worried about something, that means you're in fear of something. There's the times of Israel. over there in the land of Israel, doing a lot of stories on the Israelites, because they fear. Judah shall be a what? A terror. In the land of Judah, meaning the kingdom of Judah, meaning the whole nation of Israel, shall be a terror unto Egypt. Every one that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because the counsel of Yahweh of hosts, which he hath determined against it, against what does it mean by it? This place. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt. What does it mean by Egypt? It's Revelation 11 and 8. It's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. This place right here. What does it mean by 5 cities? Don't get all messed up. Don't get caught up in this number 5. It's just a number. It's going to be a certain number of cities, major cities, that you're going to have a lot of Israelites in. Number 1 city is New York. All right? Because the truth came out of 1 West, 125th Street, which I started in that school. I was given a key. I can go, look, I could go to at 3 in the morning. I can go to the school and open the door, and I used to sleep in the school. Instead of going home, I'll go. Everybody, it'd be 1 in the morning. I'll go out, get something to eat or whatever, and I'll go out. I had the key to the bottom and the key to the top to the main school, and I would sleep in the school. Did I have the keys of the kingdom or what? It says, in that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt, which is, you know what Egypt is talking about. The 5 cities represent a certain number of major cities. This is scaring these people, man. Speak the language of Canaan. What's the language of Canaan? Let's find out. Let's find out. Let me put in language of Canaan. No, I'm gonna leave that up there. Okay, let me do this. Language of Canaan. Boom, there it is. This is the language of Canaan. The Paleo Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew. This is this has to be the Moabite stone. I'm positive it is. Okay, you see right here, right? Yahweh in the Syriac, you see in the ancient Yah, Ha, Wah. And this is Ath. Let me see something here. But that's a Moabite stone. So that's the language of Canaan. And we speak this language. We write this language. A, ba, ga. A, ba, ga, da. Ha, wa, sha. So when we do the prayers, We do it in the Lashon Kodash, ancient Hebrew. It says, in that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt, which is right here, speak the language of Canaan, and swear to Yahweh of hosts, because we're going to know, if we speak in the language of Canaan, the Most High's name is in the language of Canaan, which is Hebrew, which is Yahweh. So if you're an Israelite and you're not calling on the name of Yahweh while Yahweh Shai, then the Most High is really not dealing with you. One shall be called the city of destruction. So what does it mean by the city of destruction? This place is going to be destroyed. In that day shall there be an altar to Yahweh in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord. Now, what does it mean by altar? We go out there and we speak. When IUIC marched, that was an altar, because they were reading out of the scriptures. I don't totally knock them. I just partially knock them. Let's look up the word altar. The word is a mazabach. Okay, you know, priest Zabak, that's where his name come from. And ma meaning pertaining to Zabak. So there it is, Zabak. Zabak means, you know, altar, like from, you kill an animal, a slaughtered animal at the altar, right? Altar, sacrifice, slaughter, sacrifice, slaughter, sacrifice, slaughter for eating, sacrifice. Let's deal with mazabak. It just means altar. An altar is a place where you do sacrifices. Place of slaughter. Trench made by Torrent, Sabian. So America is that place of slaughter. Let me come back to that. In that day, there shall be an altar. So the altar is this place that we, and that's why when they say, well, if you don't like this country, leave. We're not supposed to leave, because the Most High sent us here to condemn this place on this altar called America. That's all this place is. This is a you get the calf or the goat or whatever. You cut his throat, you drain the blood out, and then you prepare it. You do the prayers, and then you burn it, right? And then you eat it, or you let it go to the Most High, right? That's what you do with an altar. Read the story of Abraham and Isaac, right? So we're here to do the closing ceremonies on this place. That's why we go out on the street. We mainly go into the prophecies. I do. I ain't talking about David had sandals with wings on. I ain't talking none of that stuff. You know, I'm not going into a whole topic on the importance of fringes. I'm going into the mostly when you see myself, you see Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ricard, Apostle Ramlab, Bishop Shakawan, and the other bishops and the elders on down the line. We're mostly going into prophecies, and we pretty much sound like a broken record. Because how often am I going to go into Revelation 18? How often am I going to go into or mention? If I don't go into it, I'm going to mention it. I always mention Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, John the Baptist, the 12, the apostles. You know, this book, that book. I'm always doing that. I'm always doing that. And most of the time I'm reading from it. I might go into precepts, or I might go through the whole chapter. So when you read Isaiah 34, you come across this word altar, you should think about Isaiah 34. The Most High has the holy men, you know, say what they have to say, and then the Most High is going to beam us up out of here And then he's going to sacrifice this place. This place is going to be a sacrifice. That's why he compared the Edomites to bullocks and goats and so forth, because he's going to sacrifice them. This is going to be a ceremonial, religious, holy day. That's a holy day in itself. The fact that this place is going to be destroyed is that's a new holy day. And there's going to be a date on it. Check that out. What is that in Jeremiah? Was it Jeremiah 16 and 14? Behold, I shall send for many fishes, we the fishes. Then I shall send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them. Part of the angels of the Lord. Look, the ICBMs are actually angels, man. Not actual angels like Michael, but they're actually angels because the word angel means messenger. Isn't this fire going to be a messenger? Is the missiles going to send a message? So they're angels. They're metallic angels. And there's spirits in them missiles. So you can say that they're angels. They're mechanized angels. Oh, it's going to be a terrible day. And it's going to happen. And I can see it clearly. As High Priest Ariel would say, I can see it crystal clear. This place it could happen sometime in 2023. Could happen in the end of 2023 or sometime in 2024. This place might not have 2 years left. And like I said, the small hats, they made a big mistake. They should have shut the hell up. Instead of coming out, you see, that's anti this. So now Jake is saying, "No, wait a minute, we Semitic too," meaning Shemitic. So more Jakes are coming into this thing. This is beautiful, man. Let me. That's it. This is in Matthew. I forget exactly where it is. Let me try it this way. Okay, let me. Oh, this is Matthew 11:25. Let's go to that first. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, that's not it. That's not it. It has to be Matthew 21. Let's check that one. If I can get the wording right, I can get it very easily. Damn, man. Let me come back. I'm sorry. Let me try this again. Oh, let me just read this. At that time, Yahweh Shai answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and have revealed them unto babes. Let me try it this way. Now I'm getting mad. Let me phrase it this way. The prophets wanted to see but did not see. Let's see how that comes up. Okay, I got it. Okay, yeah, it's in Luke. I don't know why it didn't come up. Luke 10:24. Like I said, if I had the phrase in my mind, I could get it easy, but it happens. Let me do it this way. Okay, for I tell you that many prophets and kings have desired to see those things which ye see. That's talking about us right now. We see more than the disciples 2,000 years ago saw, and we see more than the prophets of old saw, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel. And we are those prophets. Everything is reincarnated. 24th verse again. For I tell you that many prophets and kings shall desire to see those things which ye see, and we're seeing it. We're getting ready to see. Wait a minute, we already seen it because the fulfillment of Revelation 13 is already coming to pass. It's happening big in what is that, Sweden, certain parts of Europe. They're openly doing it and have not seen them, which are the prophecies. So the most important part of the scriptures right now is the prophecies. And to hear those things which ye hear and have not heard. So that's us, man. We're eyewitnesses to these last few prophecies. We will be, it will happen in our lifetime, man. Hopefully sometime within the next year and a half, that all these prophecies will come to pass. It'd be beautiful if we was out of here in 2023. 2024 too, but 2023 would be beautiful, brother. If we was out of here, all the prophecies took place, and we was out of here, let's say at the end of 2023. That's months away. And we see it. And look, this guy, Ronald Dalton, he can't see it. Ronald Dalton Jr., he can't see it. He got to come up under the tutelage of GMS to get the whole truth. He doesn't have the whole truth. He doesn't have the whole truth. All right? He's just a preacher's kid. He doesn't have the whole truth. The scriptures say, I sent for the apostles last. Who are the apostles? Who's the only apostles on the internet? The GMS. Bishop Nathaniel is he's just a bishop. We are the apostles, baby. I'm messing around with it. That's for you, Paul Kersey. So, hey, look at that. 5 cities shall speak the language of what? Canaan. I put in language of Canaan. It said Israel, Hebrew, ancient Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew. In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord. What is an altar? America is an altar. That's why we're here teaching. There should be at least 125,000 camps out there in the U.S. alone. Every 5 blocks you go, you're going to see an Israelite camp of prophets Even vocab said that's not a million people is that's not a big number. That's not a because he's scared. And vocab, you done confirmed that you an Edomite with that little hip hop, that video that I put up of you, man. I was trying to big you up, brother, and you got mad. You looked at that video and you looked at them what do you call it, comments, and you got mad because everybody said, oh, he's an Edomite, he's whack, that's whack. And and that's why you got mad and you went to sleep, you got up, I don't know if you did it last night or you got up, you was dreaming about it, you know? And then you said, man, I'm gonna get back at Tahar, man, for doing that shit to me. I didn't do nothing. I just took a piece of your video and I put it up. I didn't change it in any way. I didn't say anything negative. I said the musical stylings of Vocab Malone. That's all I did. The Hebrew Israelite diss track. That's all I did. So why would you do that to me, brother Esau? You rap like an Edomite, all right? It could be worse. I could have said you rap like a Sudanese. Isaiah 19:19. In that day shall there be an altar to Yahweh in the midst of the land of Egypt. Anytime you come across the word Egypt in this chapter, what did I say? What it represented? Babylon, the US, right? So what does it mean in the midst? In the midst of the garden, when you go back to Genesis, Adam and Eve, in the midst, a tree in the midst of the garden. In the midst is like inside of America, you know? In the midst, and mingled in America. It says, and the altar represents us to Yahweh in the midst of the land of Egypt. What is Egypt? It ain't talking about ancient Egypt. It's talking about this new Egypt. And a pillar at the border thereof to Yahweh. So the Most High honors us when we go out there and teach. And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh of hosts in the land of Egypt. You know what Egypt is talking about. And they shall cry unto Yahweh because of the oppressors. Ooh, that's us. The reason why we go out there week after week is because we're getting at the ears of the Most High. We're getting at the ears of the Most High so he can come and do something. You know what I'm going to do? I was reading this last night. I'm almost positive it's Exodus 2, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yep. Exodus 2, verse 23. And this is what we're doing right now. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the sons of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, slavery, and they cried, what we're doing now, we go out there on the highways and the byways, and their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of the bondage. So the Most High had to establish Moses and then set up the children of Israel to deliver them. So we're doing the same thing that we did in Egypt. We're sighing and crying. Right, it says that, sighing and crying, right? Sigh, and let me do it this way. I can't even think of that daggone precept. Sigh and cry. Let me just put in the word cry. Let me put in and cry. Let's see what comes up. I hadn't been through that precept in so long, I forget where the hell it is at. Oh, it just came to me. Ezekiel. Ezekiel. Ezekiel 9. Set a mark on them that sigh and cry, that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. There goes the word midst again. Wherever we're at in America, we're in the midst of America. So we're sighing and crying again. The key verse, 20th verse. And there shall be for a sign and for a witness unto Yahweh of hosts in the land of Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, for they shall cry unto Yahweh. That's what we're doing. When we get this word and we teach this word, eat the roll and go out and teach sons of Israel because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them. Revelation 12, Daniel 12. And Yahweh shall be known to Babylon the Great, and the Egyptians, the Babylonians, shall know Yahweh in that day. What does it mean by the Egyptians? It's talking about the Israelites in America, because they'll be waking up through what? Through us going out there on the highways and the byways, us doing the sit downs. In that day, and shall do sacrifices and oblations. What does that mean? Put up prayers. Yeah, and they shall vow a vow unto Yahweh and perform it. What does it mean to vow a vow? Any of you guys that made a vow to do this work and then you stopped doing this work, you took breaks, Most High is going to destroy you. And he's going to destroy the work of your hands, which is you. Scriptures speak about paying your vows. Vow, votive, offering. To vow, make a vow. Look how many times vow is there. That's an important word in the scriptures. When thou vowest a vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. That's a topic right there. In other words, when you came to this truth, you got the garments, you put the fringes on, you went out on the highways and the byways, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, you stopped doing it. You might have did it, stop doing it for 6 months, a year, 2 years, 10 years. You can't come back no more, man. You can't come back no more. You can't do it. Scriptures, what's that cut? Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. So you ain't no such thing as a halfway prophet. Ain't no such thing as a halfway prophet. The reason why I'm out here doing the work is because I made a vow to do the work. I came to the realization I'm an Israelite. I believe that I am a man of the Lord, and I'm going to do what a man of the Lord is supposed to do. It says you got to pay. He said, when thou vows a vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it, for he hath no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. So you guys that took 10 years off, you can't get back on the Most High side. I wouldn't want to be in that position. This is some serious times we're living in, man. Some serious things have been said. Or that nigga that said that he's dead, he's in the spiritual realm. That nigga. Almost finished. It said, we're going to cry unto the Most High, and he's going to bring a deliverer. 21st verse. And Yahweh shall be known to Egypt, and the Egyptians, which are Israelites in this land, shall know Yahweh in that day, and shall do sacrifice and oblations, what we're doing right now. Give your Romans 12, present your body as a living sacrifice. Yeah, they shall vow unto Yahweh and perform it, and not turn their backs on it. And Yahweh shall smite this place, he shall smite and heal it, meaning he's going to bring plagues against it, then he's going to pull it back. He's going to bring more plagues, then he's going to pull it back. But then ultimately, the ultimate plague is he's going to take this place out. And they shall return even to Yahweh, and he shall be entreated of them. Who? The ones that wake up, the ones that take this thing seriously and to do his work continuously, and shall heal them. And starting with the elect. And that day shall there be a highway out of Egypt to Assyria. Assyria is also synonymous with this place. Egypt is also, that's why I said in Revelation 11, it's known spiritually as Sodom and Egypt. So it's also known as Sodom. It's also known as Egypt and Assyria and Babylon and Nineveh. And the Assyrians shall come into Egypt, meaning Israelites from one part of this place come to the other part of this place, and the Egyptian into Assyria, and the Egyptians shall serve with the Assyrians, meaning the Israelites of these lands. They're gonna come together. That's why you got the two tribes coming, the two kingdoms coming together, right? It says, in that day shall Israel be the third with Egypt and with Assyria, even a blessing in the midst of the land. It's not talking about ancient Egypt. It's not talking about ancient Assyria. It's talking about the Americas, North, Central, and South America, and anywhere that Israel is located that watch the YouTube video and they out there on the highways and the byways. Trust me, to you men out there, you solar guys in the one-man camps, guess what? The Most High is going to reward you. You're going to get a crown. All you guys that have been out there, you're going through hard times, you're going to get a crown, all right? It says, whom Yahweh of hosts shall bless, saying, blessed be Egypt, meaning the Israelites in America, my people, and Assyria, the Israelites living in these other areas outside of America, the work of my hands, and Israel, mine inheritance. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. I know I went long, but